This must be a friendship that only we shall have.
My advice to you, start drinking heavily.
Well, hello, Mr. Fenton. Why, oh, why did I get to sleep? A big problem.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
628 Monday Night Comedy Show! Give it up for your host, Andrew Danger
Welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show, streaming live from Nano Taco Studios. I already want to go back. There's too many people. It's just, we've done 628 of these, 627 of these. And this next bit gets funnier every time. This is Whitey, the Monday Night Comedy Show Comedy Bear. If you have a comedy bear at home, as you are wont to do...
Yeah.
Kruger has one. You got it at Sex World. What?
My grandma got me that. Grandma?
Did you buy it off a Wish?
I don't know. It's Comedy Bear. Super absorbent. I didn't know what that second part meant until now, so thanks, Andy.
Sorry.
See, the bit gets better and better.
This is, grab your comedy bear firmly by the bottom and the top, and then gingerly kill Whitey. And then we sing the traditional Whitey song!
That's how it goes. Thud. And then it's over.
A dull, wet thud. In earlier iterations of the Comedy Bear, the viscera was edible. Mm-hmm. We got the pull and peel, and we tied it to the things. It also had a spinal column, which was especially gross. And now, it's kid-friendly.
Yeah.
Speaking of kid-friendly, the Monday Night Comedy Show, am I right? Good for everybody, and I'll tell you why. Not because of me, Andrew Danger Brindleson, but because of St. May of the Underground.
I think we're just getting monitor stuff.
Oh, we're getting monitor stuff? Okay. It's just super echoey. What's your name?
Kruger.
What's your Christian name?
J Money the Hawk.
J Money the motherfucking hawk.
Caw.
If you don't know what the arm thing is, that's for the cacaw bird to come and land on your shoulder. When bird watching, always say hawk, come hawk, even if you're looking at like finches. Reticulated.
What if the finch lands and then the hawk shows up?
What?
What if the finch lands and then the hawk shows up anyway and eats the finch?
Are they natural enemies, or?
I mean, hawks eat smaller birds.
Did you say ox?
Hawks.
Oh, hawks. Oh, makes more sense because we're talking about that. But I mean, if you want to change the subject on, shouldn't we do a comedy show though?
Let's.
Yeah. Reading. Everybody says they like to do it, but do you?
Yes.
Be true to yourself. You don't. Liar. We read a page of book. Should we just fix that in post? This is live, right? Good. We can do improv here. We have the liquor license. We don't have the liquor license. We read a page a week from this volume, Picture Me Famous, the story about the younger Tanner daughter from TV's Full House. You might have picked one up in your local little free library when you were walking around the neighborhood at twilight, like I did. And I picked it up, and it started to hum and glow as if 'twas written in the stars.
And the mushrooms were kicking in.
Funny story about mushrooms and Jason Kruger, if you'd like to hear it after the show, or I'd be willing to start a blog up again. Just so you guys
Apparently
know.
you remember things I do not.
You, convergence, and shrooms. You were the best. Page 47, everyone. If you follow along in your home version, it is page 47. Just reading the page, and we have a celebrity reader. Everybody put your hands together for the one, the only, Mr. Derrick Johnson. For so long. Derrick Johnson. Here you are, sir. Welcome back.
Glad to be back. You know what? Stephanie asked, suddenly feeling great. You're right. She tossed the book back in her bag. But later that evening, as she was finishing dinner, Stephanie wished she still felt as confident as she had that morning. She'd gone over and over the routine she'd written for herself. She thought it went very smoothly. But the closer it came to curtain call, the more nervous she got. Attention! Attention! Joey said, tapping his glass with a fork. I have an important announcement to make. We have a very special after-dinner treat. Damn, I feel like I'm in the Metrodome. Dome! An entertainment extravaganza. Joey hunched his shoulders and slipped into a funny voice. Presenting the debut appearance of a very fabulous performer. Keep it down. I'm pleased to announce, opening tonight, Club Stephanie, starring the one and only Stephanie Tanner, a girl comic with an original shtick. Kid jokes. Stephanie began to get a queasy feeling in her stomach. Well, I always thought you were funny, Danny said. Sure, Stephanie thought. You have to say that. You're my dad. After the table was cleared and the dishwasher loaded, everyone gathered in the living room. Joey.
Humans of the audience, give it up for Derrick Johnson.
Derrick Johnson, that was so good. That was page 47. We'd like to give you this suitable for framing certificate of completion of reading page 47. Reading is fun and fundamental because of this guy here.
I can never say again that I can't read.
It's true. It's true. He learned it all phonetically. Derrick Johnson. Thank you, Derrick. You're going to see him a little bit later tonight. We do have a 15-minute intermission, and that's for you guys here in the studio audience at Nano Taco Studios, and for you at home who are watching. It's, you know, you can pee, you can go to the bar. These are all things you can do in your bathroom at home.
You can spam us with $1 Venmo donations.
You could spam us, did you say?
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, $1. Isn't it funny how I gave them $21 Venmo donations instead of one $20 one? Ha 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 ha. And we'll be like, that's fine. You gave us money.
It would go down exactly like that, folks.
We might be like, you rascal.
He's the Monday Night Comedy Show soothsayer.
Oh,
Hey, do you want to say something? Congratulations on your new position
Oh,
as
thank you.
Artistic Director of Fearless Comedy.
Yeah.
Our own Jace Money and the Motherfucking Hawk. Kick off. Yeah. So he gets a corner office where it's, you know, that's nice. And they have the good Keurig, the really expensive shit, not like the absolute bar none cheapest that you get at
You
Aldi.
act like I go to a place for this job. This is
This
like
is-
a side gig, man.
No, man, this is, you're on the top floor of the IDX
It's
Tower.
a big fancy title and a bunch of stress. I'm really excited about it.
Well, knowing you for so many years, if you guys don't know this, two items are bedfellows naturally in the natural world: J Money, the Motherfucking Hawk Kruger, and stress. Just together, they make the prettiest, kindest babies. Is Ashinafi here? Did he make it? Yes, yeah, fantastic. I was worried about you, and I couldn't text because I was driving the show, and that's illegal. So
I'm really glad you're able to talk to fill time. I know that's hard for you sometimes, but proud of you.
Oh, is this? Oh,
My
this
last
is
night already?
the resignation letter that you put on my desk this morning. Okay.
Yeah, I wrote
I'm
it in.
just seeing it now, but I guess. Tonight's
I'm
Kruger's
surprised
last
you
night.
found it since I wrote it on imaginary paper. It's just. You can read that, huh? We're supposed to find that.
It's the Doctor Who psychic paper.
Yeah.
That's right. We're geeks here. And we've locked the doors. I shouldn't actually say that. For those, just kidding. JK, LOL. Players gotta play. We have a great show tonight, you guys. We have 4 in-studio comics here. We have 4 comics streaming from their homes, from wherever they live. They might live in Atlanta, Georgia, like Simon. They might live in something called St. Paul. Where Dan, can you hear me? Just fucking come to the studio. You're like I'm not even athletic and I could throw a rock and hit you.
That would require pants.
Anyhow, we have, my God, Luke Lyndale from Toronto, Ontario. That's our 3rd Canadian this year, folks.
Yeah.
We are breaking the barriers, and it is beautiful. Our 2 countries, they will be our totalitarian master. It's a hard word.
Yeah.
I was not warned by either one of you that that word was hard. So, hate to be a bad Yelp review, but that's, this water was wet. And totalitarian leaders, Canada.
Quite the gesture there, boss.
Canada.
Maybe we should move on.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
We should have done that a half hour ago. Because remember when I checked to make sure Ashanafi was here?
Yeah.
He's
a skeleton now. He's just like...
He's a skeleton with a long white beard.
Yeah, right.
That's because that's comedy.
Yep. I feel like we could point at a screen and then tell people to wait and then,
Hey everybody, want to see a cool intro done by Nanotaka Studios? Check the screen out. It's clear that Ashanafi Habibi's photo on Facebook is Uncle Phil.
But we just went with that because
so fucking funny. Everybody's like, he died 6 years ago. He was the voice of Shredder, Anyway, put your hands together for Ashanafi Habibi live in studio here at the Monday. Woo!
What's up? Yes, as you just saw, my picture is a picture of Uncle Phil. I like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I'm not cool enough to have Will as my profile picture. I'm a real awkward, unfunny dude. So it was either Uncle Phil or Carlton. And I can't fucking dance, so Uncle Phil wins by default. People have been calling me Uncle Phil since the 7th grade, so I guess it fits. I don't know, man. I was called an uncle before before my balls had hair on them. That's crazy to me. Now everywhere on my body is hair. That's even crazier. I've been growing a quarantine beard. Every once in a while, my mom says I look like Bin Laden. She'll just be like, "Good morning. Stop looking like ISIS in my house. It's too much." That's how my mom gives me compliments. You look like terrorists. It's the level of love I get in my everyday life, man. I don't know, man. If you're from Minneapolis, make some noise. From Minneapolis. Anybody? Somebody? All right. People, Minnesotans from Chaska say they're from Minneapolis, so you can never be too sure. It's always, where'd you go to high school? Stillwater, but I'm from Minneapolis. It's exchange student program. No. I'm from South Minneapolis, man. The last year has been very interesting. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Minneapolis recently had unexpected home renovations. You guys called them riots. We called them unexpected home renovations. You ever renovated your deck? We did that with the whole city in 48 hours. I don't know, man. The riots were a crazy time. I saw a dude on a horse Where do you get horses from in Minneapolis? That was the craziest. This motherfucker got a horse from Maple Grove and rode in to Minneapolis like this. I never thought I'd wake up to see the day that the Kentucky Derby was taking place on Lake Street. But you just see new shit every day. That was crazy to me. Another thing that was crazy to me was the guy on the horse was stopping at red lights like he was in a car. You're the traffic here, man. We got to go around you. What are you stopping for? Where is there a yield for horse sign in Minneapolis? This is not street construction. This is not. You know what else was crazy though? There was a dude who went to Target and stole the female mannequins. Do you know how horny you have to be to steal female mannequins? Somebody was thinking about justice. Another person wanted peace. This dude just wanted plastic pussy. His head was in a whole different space. Me and Shelly and Stacy are about to have a long weekend. Hey man, this isn't that time. This dude was plotting on those female mannequins. That was crazy. I saw, when the Target of my neighborhood was being looted, I saw soccer moms from Fridley with their Target wish list just going shopping. The buy nothing, get everything free sale at the Lake Street Target. It was a sight to see. This dude walked out of Target holding the mannequins like he walked out of the club with two bad bitches. He walked out of there like he was about to be having threesomes all week. He's about to turn his Geo Metro into the new Bang Bus. That's the type of demon time this man is on. What else has been going on in Minneapolis? Minneapolis recently developed a new non-violent police hotline. Did y'all hear about this? Instead of 911, you call 211. And if you call 211, they might be able to tell the difference between a taser and a gun. It's just, you never know. You never know. You roll the dice and you call somebody with a badge and a gun and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? COVID killed so many people, the Minneapolis Police Department gave it a Lifetime Achievement Award. That's how many people. Hey, man. Y'all acting like you don't watch the news and shit. I'm not making this up. This shit is on Care 11 every other week. Come on, man. 7, 9, and 11. Y'all, the fuck, man. What's your guys' favorite horror movies? Shout it out. Crowd participation. What? Friday the 13th. Any other takers? Nobody? Awesome. It's too late now. Shut the fuck up. My favorite horror movie is Minneapolis Police Department body cam footage. It's the scariest movie ever to Netflix and chill to. It fucks up the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ain't got shit on Derrick Chauvin, Too Tao, Mike Freeman, and the rest of them boys. That's too much. It is what it is. Anybody do any traveling recently? Where y'all been? See? How is the dog better at crowd participation than you guys are? That's fucking shameful.
That was amazing.
I was in the car.
Fucking Rover is better at call and response than real life people. That's fucking sad. I'm about to send him to doggy heaven. You better tell him to shut the hell up, man. You better tell that dog every time I watch Marley and Me, I'm wearing my Michael Vick jersey. Tell that dog to watch out. That's right, I said it. Every time that dog dies, I do an offbeat happy dance. Fuck that fucking dog. If I make it in Hollywood, I'm remaking Marley and Me starring Derrick Chauvin. Yeah, that's right. It's terrible to do to dogs, but okay to do to people in the city. So explain that to me. You guys are a dog crowd. I fucked it up already. Hey, man. This is like all of my relationships. We start good and we hate each other at the end. It's okay. It's fine. You guys can ghost me when I get off stage. It'll be fine. But hey, man, there was a lot of people traveling recently. There was a lot of people traveling to D.C. early in the year. Did y'all see the insurrection on television? Did y'all by any chance happen to catch that shit? I hadn't seen sports in so long. I turned on the insurrection and wondered why there was tug of war going on at the U.S. Capitol. That shit freaked me out. I was like, ESPN is taking this new sports stuff too fucking far. This is just too much. I never thought I would see the day where I'd wake up and a dude in a buffalo costume would be the new king of America. But damn it, that day came. That woke up and it was a motherfucker from Game of Thrones making the biggest decisions this country needed to be made. That's one minute Trump is president, the next is the Winter King. It is what it is. That wasn't the scariest part of the insurrection. The scariest part of the insurrection was that the only thing stopping this country from falling into the deep pits of the Stop the Steal Al-Qaeda was a black dude making $10 an hour wearing blue slacks. The security guard. Did y'all see that security guard? If I was that security guard, I'd have got the fuck out the way. You think I'm dying for a job I make minimum wage in? Hell no. Listen, I will never die over a job I have to wear blue slacks in. I can't do that. If I die dressed like Barney Fife, I lived a very unfulfilled life. If I was him, I'd have put a MAGA hat on and pretended to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Sell it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. One of the craziest parts about that too was that that was the very first time in American history that white people had to worry about fitting the description. Since like the year 1775, that's been reserved for motherfuckers who look like me. Now, there was a point where people could have been at home, minding their business, maybe drinking an IPA. There was a shut up, dog. It's not your time. Now, there was a motherfucker who looked like you taking a shit and spreading it on the walls in the U.S. Capitol. That spread terror through the suburbs. I turned into a Karen for the next week and a half. I reported everything I saw. I'm so serious. The Johnson's rose bushes are 6 inches to the left. They were in D.C. early January. You call the police. Police say they're innocent. Oh, well, maybe you should have had a permit, Chuck. You see, how does that feel? Not too good. Scary, man. I was doing research for some of the jokes that I tell, and it turns out that Thomas Jefferson has more black family members than I do. This motherfucker has basketball teams in his family lineage. This is the craziest part. All right, I got to wrap it up. I'm going to tell my last joke. I'm going to make it quick. I'm going to get up out of here. I complain a lot about Minnesota weather, but like Minnesota weather is better than Florida weather. Like Florida's terrifying. Florida has hurricanes. Hurricanes will take your house and move it 6 blocks away like you moved with it. It's the strangest thing in the world. Like you can leave your house, there'll be a hurricane, and a hurricane will decorate your house with your neighbor's furniture. Like when I left my house, my couch was green. Why is it blue now? That doesn't make sense. But every year, there's always somebody who doesn't want to evacuate during Florida hurricanes. Every year, there's always some motherfucker missing 2 front teeth, holding on a light pole sideways like this, talking about they've been here for generations. And I have a plan. My plan to get people to evacuate during hurricanes is to start naming hurricanes after things white people are scared of. That's right. My new plan is to start naming hurricanes after black neighbors. If white people in Florida turned on the news and saw that Hurricane Hakeem was coming to the neighborhood, there wouldn't be nobody left in that fucking neighborhood. Tropical storm Trayvon is on the way. This neighborhood is no longer safe. We must evacuate immediately. Speaking of evacuating, I got to evacuate the stage. My name is Ashnafi. Have a great rest of the show.
You've been telling the audience.
Ashnafi Habibi. We have actually a couple of questions from May. Very important questions. So please answer honestly.
Let's do it.
Okay. If your hometown was a food, what food would it be?
I'm from Minneapolis, so I'll say flaming hot Cheetos. The streets is hot right now. The streets is hot.
What's the funniest place you've ever fallen asleep?
The funniest place I've ever fallen asleep. Yikes. Funniest place I've ever fallen asleep. I don't know. I'll say a girl's house after she decided my best friend was cuter than I was. That's. I'll go. Nobody laughed at that but me. Hey man, that's why I tell jokes so y'all don't. It's okay. Different strokes, different folks. Oh, that was it. All right, cool. Thank you.
Correct answers. Should not be a BB. We should say we're going to take just a moment and beg for your money. Not the people here in studio, unless you have more money to give, in which case we've locked the doors again. I really got to stop saying that because I'm pretty sure that's illegal. The people at home who are watching, thank you so much. Make sure we know that you're there, but in making comments and stuff, you can write some shitty reviews about me. That's great. I'm used to it. But while you're on your computer watching, why not visit nanotaco.com and click bookmark so you can save it and you can watch all sorts of cool stuff that Nano Taco Studios is capable of. So when you guys are looking for your next event that you need filmed with like a green screen, like you want to make me look better, hire Nano Taco Studios. I on rebroadcast, they've told me that I look like I weigh 115 pounds.
Yes.
And my teeth are fixed, and
we have told you
my
a lot of things.
Thicker. They've told me this.
Yep, we've told you so many things.
And friends don't lie, right? Friends
yes,
don't
Andy,
lie.
friends don't lie.
Like, what? Is it me or is it the microphone stand? That's how thin they say I look. That was me with...
Yep, that's you just
but in
showing
post,
up.
It's going to look like fucking... like a TIE fighter or something. Special effects is what I meant to say. Speaking of special effects, we have the ability to transport on screen a comic from the city of Atlanta, Georgia, where the CDC is headquartered, and I think Hooters. I think that's where their corporate headquarters is as well. I don't know much about Atlanta, except that they hosted the 96 Olympics, and it might have been 94. I'm not sure. In the comments, correct me, everybody on the internet, because clearly no one here in the audience knows when the Olympics took place in Atlanta.
Yeah, I was going to
guess I
guess
graduated high school. Now you know how old I am. Lock the doors.
Buddy, we're not locking the doors.
We can't lock the doors.
If the amount we made would offset the lawyer costs, maybe, but we're not going to lock the doors.
We can't afford a lawyer.
Right, so we're not locking the doors.
Excellent. Now we go to Atlanta, Georgia, where they invented law.
Sure, let's go.
And a lot of TV shows come out of there, like
Law and Order, because they invented law there.
Law and Order Atlanta.
Yeah,
Archer.
Da-dong. And then, so you can play the intro. Watch the... cop theme. Hey! Everybody, it's Simon Huebner from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show.
Glad to be here. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Yes, that Olympics was in '96, and I'm surprised you didn't mention Coca-Cola. Must be a Pepsi crowd up here. Okay, now, if you happen to be into rap, you may have heard about Atlanta from Outkast, Gucci Mane, Jeezy. That's not really my Atlanta. I happen to grow up in the same neighborhood at the same time as a sitting United States Senator. And while I don't know John Ossoff, I think I'm doing all right myself. Right? I just got my checking account out of the red. A while back once got complimented on a date for being able to live alone. And my good friend from back home asked if I would do their podcast. And that one surprised me a little bit because I almost lost him. I almost lost him before the pandemic to a job in a different city. Listen, no offense, Baltimore, he was not headed to a better place. Right? The show is called Fish and Grits, the podcast, just bullshitting about Atlanta sports. It was not called Crab Cakes and Charms, an ode to Lamar Jackson and The Wire. Anyway, but yeah, it was good to catch up. It was good to catch up with those guys. We did have a going away party for my friend who we thought was about to move. And I kept hearing the same thing from some folks I hadn't seen in a while. I don't know how you do comedy. I said, that's some strong words from some married parents.
Yeah.
All right? No matter how this set goes, you just move on to the next one. And not like I'd know, but I don't think marriage and parenting go that way. Right? Anyway, okay. You know, someone once said, I got to get real comfortable with silence. And yeah, this is one of those times. Let's see. This should not be happening. Doing comedy remotely kind of feels like an open book test. All right? I even got the little small notebook in front of me. I'm not opening it right now. Just know that I wrote a lot of different misdirections in it instead of manifestos. All right? That's the first thing I need folks to know about me. All right? Yeah. And I do end up hanging out with a lot of comics who tell me things like they think they're also on the spectrum. Yeah. Dealt with autism before it was cool. Before anybody was talking about it, before anybody thought, okay. Like my mom, when she first said the term Asperger, said it with a British affect. Like Asperger.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes to show everything sounds classier with a British accent. Yeah. I didn't make that joke. Led Zeppelin once argued that in court. And won. Let's see. But yeah. Let's see. I did look up the definition, though. I did look up the definition. A bunch of repeated stereotype behavior. And I'm like, wait a minute. So that means if I do something a little bit differently, I guess I've graduated? If I keep sitting back and doing the same thing, back into the shadow realm, I think, and doing something differently, that was about the same as that's kind of how I wrote that one after I got a job delivering pizzas in this pandemic. And let me tell you, I'm not encouraged by everybody's communication skills. I mean, mine's not shit either. I mean, obviously. But like, I go out and I didn't realize after a bunch of deliveries, a server wants to talk to me about my Braves hat. He wants to talk about baseball. I'm like, man, it's been a long time since I watched the Braves. This ACAP's kind of a fashion statement, I thought. Anyway, okay, never mind that joke. I'm about to move along. Let's see. All right, about to move along. Okay, I've had another job. It's been a homebound study teacher. As in kids have their classes remotely. And they might need a little help with the instructions. That's where I would come in at. And I thought it was funny hearing the host say, we didn't learn a lot in high school. I'm like, yeah, it ain't that practical, is it? Right? Like, the one class I thought I had a chance to say something real practical and I missed it. Just know that I would have had a lot of explaining to do. It happened in health class. Somebody's got a health class. I'm trying to say what the important parts are. I get to the part where there's a big old section on teen pregnancy. All right, that's a liability. All right, I get to the part about STIs. Okay, that's a safety thing, I guess. What I really wanted to say, for one measly day, was ditch porn, instead look up realistic sex advice. Like, I thought that sounded a little bit more professional than tips that you would see in Cosmo. Look at all these tips. Yeah, the first one should be show up, otherwise you're with an ingrate. But if I were to say this, someone's going to go to a parent, no kid's going to keep a secret. All of a sudden, I'm going to have somebody saying, hey, why did you tell my kid? What are you telling my kid? I said, all I said is, get a hobby which calluses both hands instead of just one of them. All right, now we got him. But yeah, any idiot can find a cum shot, figure out a cum shot. I just got to let somebody know about, consent condoms, the clitoris. And I'm not going to say why I know this. Like I was going to try to act like the pilot here. If someone wants to learn about the instrumentation themselves, I'm just trying to land the plane. If they want to figure out that part, they can do that on their own time. All right. Let me see. All right, that was a long way to get to the payoff. Anyway, let me see. Anyway, I'm glad y'all were on board. Yeah, it's hard. It's an interesting situation being a teacher when you have tried to say, no, I'm not going to shoot this godforsaken school since the 7th grade. Yeah. No, I would be more merciful. I wouldn't cut down somebody who deserved it. I wouldn't want to cut down somebody who didn't deserve it. These things are not well targeted at all. Like, I guess I just remembered that story of Sodom and Gomorrah from Hebrew school, and I figured, no, there's good people here, just less than 10 of them. I'm just going to let them all go. That's my time. Good night. Thanks.
Simon HUEBNER from Atlanta, Georgia. Woot, woot. Hey, if you want us to buy nice things like consumer-grade electronics or fancy cheeses and expensive wines, why not send us a donation to Venmo.com/Monday Night Comedy Show or Cash App $MNCS69.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also gets funnier every time.
Indeed. Simon, we have 2 questions for you, courtesy of May. So
right.
Answer truthfully. If you don't, we'll know.
So,
Go for it.
if you could wear one color for the rest of your life, what would it be? Why?
Probably navy blue.
Blue. Why?
Always liked it.
That is correct. Absolutely right.
Thank you.
Yep. Next question.
Always mispronounce.
I couldn't hear that one.
What word do you always mispronounce?
What word do I always mispronounce? That's, Let's ask Let's ask the voice text. You know, that thing never gets it right.
I think we'll accept that answer, Simon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting question to ask someone who saw a speech therapist once upon a time.
We had no idea, Simon. So you're doing very well for yourself. Not once did we think that. Thank you so much, Simon, from Atlanta, Georgia. Yes! Let's keep that applause going, and let's run the video for our intro slide for our next performer coming from St. Paul, Minnesota. You'll never guess. Dan Bublitz. Let's clap for Dan Bublitz from St. Paul, Minnesota. Dan, take it away. Welcome back.
Go, Dan.
Dan, can you hear us? Dan.
Dan Bublitz.
Dan. He swore he wouldn't fuck with us ever again. Here we are. Dan Bublitz, the Art of Bombing podcast. Be sure to look it up. Dan Bublitz, Art of Bombing podcast. Is he laughing? Was he looking down and laughing? Is he?
He's so patient
musing
right now.
musing in his own notes. What's? Can he hear us? No one wants to look at me. My God.
He might have
lost Dan?
logged off and then back on because I did send a message. So Brittany Alexis is watching and laughing at us.
Dan Bougie Bublitz. Wait for it.
Can you hear us, Dan?
Oh, you found the time, Dan.
That intro, every time, it kicks me out. It's too fancy for me.
Everybody clap for Dan Bublitz!
Every time we do this virtually, that intro's like, I'm gonna be better than everything you're gonna see. So let's just get rid of real Dan. Yeah, thanks for having me. I look like I'm about to read a manifesto. And it doesn't help either that I have a big giant bomb logo behind me either. Yeah, because it's unfortunate because I look the way I do too, you know, like I look like I'm probably a right-wing radio host, you know, in my basement, my attic rather, and it is. It's unfortunate because I look like I'm gonna raid the Capitol, but if I shave, I look like the prime suspect in every kidnapping. So I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. It's not a good thing. And when I was sitting in the back in the waiting room, I was like, it's weird doing virtual comedy because you have to look at yourself a lot, and I see a lot of things wrong with me that I didn't know before I did comedy. You know, like I noticed that I kind of have a tilt. Like a lot of times I just have a resting tilt, so I have like a tilt ahead, which I don't know. I try to like keep it straight. But something else I just noticed, I have like an egg-shaped head. But it's like an Easter egg shaped head. At least, you know, with the beard, it looks decorated. But if I shaved, I just look like an egg. I don't know. It's bad because my receding hairline is just way. I just got forehead, giant forehead. That's what's going on here. Hi, jokes. That's right. That's what we're here for. My name's Dan Bublitz Jr. That is my real name. That is my birth name. But because of the way my last name is spelt, it often gets pronounced as Bublitz. But whether you pronounce it Bublitz or Bublitz, I look like how my name sounds. And I'm a junior, so I have strong opinions about being a junior because I feel like before you can name somebody after another human, said human should have some kind of a legacy, or they should have did something with their life. And I feel this way because I had very young parents. You know, my dad was 18 and my mom was 17 when they had me. So the only thing my dad had accomplished was knocking up my underage mother. And that legacy's not off to a good start. You know, and when you're a junior, when you have a family name, there's a lot of pressure to take over the family business. But at 18, there is no family business. You know, like my dad could have turned out to be a serial killer, and that's a business I probably don't want to get into. You know, and he didn't. Thank God, he didn't. He didn't get into that. But I should be thankful that I'm named after my dad because he wanted to name me after his dad. So my name could have been Clarence Bublitz, which is another name that I look like how it sounds. It's like you hear Clarence Bublitz and you just envision tech support, and this is what would show up. It's tough. It's tough. And I had a weird upbringing because my dad used to be a marijuana token hippie. Now he's a gun-toting redneck. The moral of that story is if you smoke marijuana, please do not stop. The world has enough of my dad, and I guess technically there's two of us. And I think my dad really missed the nail by having me be a junior because I'm very opposite of him. He leans very conservative now, and I'm more liberal. In fact, I'm too liberal. I grew up in South Dakota, and I'm too liberal for South Dakota. And what I mean by that, when I say that I lean liberal, all I mean is I think life is too short to spend it hating each other. And that's too liberal for South Dakota. But everybody in South Dakota is always running around. They're like, beer, guns, look at my genitals. And I'm like, Mom, put your clothes back on. You're very embarrassing. You know, don't worry, I'm not really a political comic. The only thing I know about the left and the right is if you don't use it in the same combination, you will not unlock your extra lives, and you will not. We need to be united to defeat the enemy. I come from a religious family as well, and I guess when I say that I come from a religious family, what I really mean is my dad figured out that he could send me to Sunday school on Sundays and get free daycare. Yeah, he figured out the system. The old Bible bus would come pick us up on Sundays and take us to Sunday school because he wasn't at church. But I was raised Baptist, and if you're not familiar with Baptist, we have to accept Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior because if we don't, the pastor will try to drown us. By the laughter, I can tell that some people have been to a Baptist baptism. For people who might not know what a Baptist baptism is, let me tell you, it's very scary and it's very intimidating. Because what happens is the pastor, along with the congregation, he takes you out to a secluded body of water, usually a lake or a river. The congregation lines up along the shoreline so you can't escape as the pastor takes you into the middle of the water. Once he gets you to the middle of the water, he asks you, he says, do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? And before you can answer, he just holds you under the water. And if you can struggle free, you can say yes, and then you're saved. Very scary, very scary. And I think that's funny too. You know, people who have like invisible friends, or you know, they see visions or whatever. We call them crazy, but when somebody talks to God, that's normalized. And really, God is like an invisible friend, but a really creepy invisible friend. Because he's always watching. Which is a friend that might need a restraining order or some boundaries. And as a Baptist, I heard a lot of do as I say, not as I do growing up. We're very hypocritical and condescending. And it's because as a Baptist, we're not allowed to have fun. We're not supposed to drink. We're not supposed to do drugs. We're not supposed to watch movies. We're not supposed to have fun. You know, but that's something I heard a lot. And I figured it out. You know what you call a couple of Baptists from the same congregation at a bar on a Saturday night? It's called a pact of secrecy. Like, I won't tell if you won't tell. High fives. See you tomorrow at Sunday school. Yes, because in South Dakota, you're allowed to drink before you're old enough to drink. We're born with bottles in our hands, apparently, based on that joke. What else was I going to talk about with that? I think that was it for that joke, I guess. I'm working that one out. Well, we'll end it there. That was an awkward joke. But anyway, to move on. I've lived in Minnesota for a couple of years now. And so I haven't lived here very long, but I know, everybody here in Minnesota is familiar with Minnesota Nice, right? We're all familiar with that. If you're not from Minnesota, Minnesotans are they're very aggressive in telling you that they're Minnesota Nice. That is a thing. And when I first moved here, I didn't believe that Minnesota Nice was an actual thing because I broke down on the 35 one day and not one person stopped to help me. Even the cop flipped me off as he drove by. But then I ran into a situation. Like I said, I'm in a neighborhood now, which is really weird to me because before I lived here, I didn't live in a traditional neighborhood. And I'm not a very good neighbor. I'm really not. And this is a good example of that because I have this neighbor that lives across the alley. And when we moved in, we introduced ourselves and he introduced himself. And for some reason, I thought his name was Steve. And so for the last 2 years, I've been calling him Steve. I'll go out to my backyard. I'll be working or grilling. He's out doing his yard work. I'll see him. I'm like, hi, Steve. How's it going? Hope everything's going good. And he's like, yeah, everything's great, so on and so forth, the common courtesies. Well, then a few weeks ago, he finally informed me that his name's not Steve. For the last 2 years, I've been calling him by the wrong name. And he has let me do this. Now, I don't know. I guess that's really nice, but I feel like if he wanted to be Minnesota nice, he probably should have just changed his name to Steve and not said anything. That's going to be my time. Thank you so much for having me.
Humans of the audience, give it up for Dan Bublitz.
Dan Bublitz! Oh, Dan Bublitz of Art of Bombing the podcast. If you like podcasts, how many people like podcasts here? Yeah, you guys who aren't clapping are fucking liars. You love it. You absolutely love it. Art of Bombing is Dan's podcast. He's had over 200 episodes now. His 200th episode, he was able to interview Louis Anderson. You know who Louis Anderson is? Couple of you do. Couple of you don't are fucking liars. Of course you know who Louis Anderson is.
Josh Floorhog's uncle?
Who the fuck is Josh Flora?
Louis Anderson's nephew?
Louis Anderson doesn't have family. He was created in God's laboratory. The perfect killing machine.
I'm sorry that Josh Floorhog's a liar.
It's true. It's true.
Also, he's not a liar.
He's not a liar. He's not. Dan, before we ask you your two very important questions, I know you said Bible bus, but I wanted you to say Bible boss. Like he was the end of the level that you have to defeat. And I don't know if you're good at drawing, but I'd like you to draw that character for me, please. And have that, send a picture of it. And then when you call me, that's what's going to pop up. I know how to do that now on my phone. It's pretty cool. 2 questions from May.
Okay.
Answer truthfully.
What is the funniest thing you've heard a child say?
I don't know if you can tell by looking at this, but I don't spend a lot of time with children. Nor should I.
500 yards was lifted, Dan.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's a tough one because, kids do say ridiculous things. Geez, that's a hard one. Yeah, I'm going to go with I shouldn't be around children. That's my answer.
That is correct, yeah, Dan. We all agree. That was consensus, yes. Question 2.
And have you ever met a real person with an unfortunate name?
Real person with an unfortunate name.
Do I count? Because My name's Bublitz. And growing up, that was very unfortunate. So I'm going to go, my name.
That is correct. Your name is weird. It's so weird. Oh, the Bible boss, Dan Bublitz. Check out the Art of Bobbing podcast for sure. Our final comic of this first act, and then we're going to have an intermission, hasn't been at the Monday Night Comedy Show since we were way back before at the Spring Street Tavern, where she literally was the only comic in the city who was allergic to it because of the ickiness in the air. A lot of us there's bad vibes.
She was ill, physically
She was
allergic.
physically ill by a...
Some of us were like psychically allergic.
Internal, we kept it inside. And we were like, we would feel bad for days. And then it would reset.
Or it was just like, it felt like the other kind of we feel bad anyway.
We just feel bad.
We
just
do.
about everything.
Yeah.
I feel bad about not starting the show, but oh my God, even the show went quiet. It got real.
We're just.
I don't know what we turned off, but it got. Am I having a stroke? Is that happening? Okay, that's fine.
I think like a fan shut off, and we were hanging on your every word, and then you like paused for breath, and then your anxiety took
That'll
over.
Happen. After your next comic, we're gonna dip into the old bobber, and we're gonna see what those little snowflakes, if they spell out good fortune for you.
Oh, is it going to be your
fortune.
special, unique snowflake?
Will we give you prizes, or will we lock the doors?
I think we've been over that. We're not locking the doors.
That's a T-shirt phrase of the night. Lock the doors. Let's welcome our next comic by staring at the screen and then clapping. That's how we. Now we're coming for Rita
Hello. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a mom. I have 3 kids, one of each. The oldest is gay. The middle one is non-binary and pansexual. So we had to sit the little one down and have the "it's okay to be straight" talk. Just live your dreams, sweetie. I love that joke, but I feel like I can't do it anymore because the little one, who's 16, came out as lesbian. So that means all 3 of my kids are queer.
Huh.
Yeah. And they act like they belong to some kind of special rainbow club that I'm excluded from. They sat me down and had the "it's okay to be straight" talk. Just live your truth. I didn't have the heart to tell them the truth. How do you tell your kids? How do you come out to your kids? What if you ruin it for them, like my generation did with Facebook? Yeah, it's all fun until your mom joins, right? I did eventually tell them, and the younger 2 were fine, but my son, the oldest one, he said, "Mom, hating men is not the same as being into women." And I said, "Fair, but how much do you really want to know about my love life? Do you really want the details? Or are you okay with accepting what the lesbians on TikTok said?" Because according to them, I'm bi. And I have taken all of the tests. Every single one of the put the finger down tests and put a couple fingers up tests. In the end, he trusted the authority of the TikTok lesbians. He's a smart guy. He is working on his PhD in statistics right now. Yes, he's my retirement plan. I have a 401 Alex. So he's my millennial. And then the middle one is Generation Z. And then the little one is whatever comes after that. I don't know what that is because we run out of alphabet. But I have a feeling that they're going to go around communicating in grunts in search of water and gasoline. Because I'm Generation X, and when we watched Road Warrior, we didn't see it as a cautionary tale. We saw it as life goals. We were angry, and we wanted the world to burn. Even our drugs were of the get shit done variety. Cocaine, meth, crack. We are the first generation to be worse off financially than our parents, which makes sense because our parents were assholes. I remember family vacations in the station wagon, the kind with the wood on the sides, no seatbelts, mom and dad up front, chain smoking from here to Disney World, windows rolled up tight to keep in the Freon. Our playground equipment was designed to weed out the weak. Slides made out of metal that scorch the skin off your ass as you squeak down them. Jungle gyms built directly on top of slabs of concrete to make sure that you broke an arm and your head when you fell. Now people will say, this builds character. They'll say that happened to me and I turned out fine. We did not turn out fine. We are brain damaged, and we are still angry. But now we are collectively known as Karen. And we don't want to wear a mask because it's uncomfortable. We have hobbies. They include calling the police. And if we do get our hands on some good quality drugs, it's because we've stolen our kids' ADHD medicine. And then we use the high to clean the house. It's an embarrassment. So if you ever see a Karen or a Sharon or a Becky acting like a fool, look her in the eye and say, what would Henry Rollins think? Is he here? Is he watching the live stream? Henry? One of these days. One of these days. And until then, I am on the apps looking for love. I haven't found love. What I found is a list of things that I have to remember to ask people, men, before I meet them. I brought that list with me. Would you like to hear it? Yes! Good, because you didn't have a choice. Number 1, are you married? Were you married yesterday? Were you married last week? Are you going to expect a blowjob as compensation for time, travel, and the happy hour beer you bought me? Ooh, what were you doing January 6th? Do you have teeth? And by this, I need to specify that I mean teeth that you grew in your own head or were made by a legitimate dentist. And not a collection of human teeth that you keep in a drawer in the basement. Or a pine cone that you pick up off the floor on the way to our date, put it in your mouth and say, this'll do. The guy with no teeth really baffled me because how do you screen for that? He seemed so interesting in his messages. He never mentioned it either. We both sat through the whole date acting like one of us didn't not have teeth. I'm a social worker. I know what it looks like when people don't have teeth. He wasn't fooling me. And my clients, they'll bring it up right away. They'll say, hey, Rita, can you help me get some teeth? And if they don't, it's because they've got bigger issues like homelessness or addictions going on. And I'll say, what's going on with the teeth? And they'll say, yeah, can you help me get some teeth? Because as a rule, people want teeth. Because now, because of this one guy, I have to ask everybody. The other thing about dating and being a social worker is these men, they want to confide in you. They say, so, you're a social worker, huh? And they lean in close and tell you their darkest secrets. Those secrets never end with, and that's how I got superpowers. Thank you. I'm Rita.
Humans of the audience, give it up for Rita Winchester. Rita, if you can hang out for just a moment, we got a couple of questions for you.
My 2 questions for you.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
My 2 questions for you are, what song will you never forget the lyrics to?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now we're going to get it all in our heads.
That one Journey one that I can't remember the lyrics
don't
to.
do it. Don't stop believing. No, you did it. Okay. Fuck. Sorry, we did that to you. Okay. And what nicknames have people called you throughout your life?
My mom had a long name. So she specifically gave me a name that could not be shortened.
Yeah.
But I had a friend in high school that consistently called me Ree.
Oh.
Didn't stick, but yeah, that was it. That was the only nickname.
Well, thank you.
Humans of the audience,
Thank you so
Rita
much.
Winchester.
It's Rita Winchester! Can someone grab me the bobber? I think I left it back there, and I didn't mean to. I forgot the bobber in the back, and I know we can't have the drawing. Because we're bringing back the random crap raffle, folks. It's something we used to do all the time when I was trying to get rid of stuff. So thank you so much.
And it turns out he's still trying to get rid of stuff.
I'm still trying to get rid of stuff because they call me a hoarder. I don't know. I think it's German.
If you'd like to tell Andy what hoarder means, meet him after the show.
Hey, you can tell me a lot of things because I'm approachable, but the best thing that you could tell me is that you're 100% vaccinated. I know everybody in this room is vaccinated. Oh, this whole thing? My Lulu Dallas multipass? COVID-19 vaccination card holder. You can get it on Etsy. Just whatever.
Very cool.
No big deal. It's a local artist shop in St. Paul. I have the card if anyone's interested. I know at least one other person has a multi-pass holder in their possession as well. We have to add one more. We have 12 snowflakes in our random crap raffle. I know. All right. I originally didn't use that one because it had writing on the back. But you guys remember the bobber from Springer's? Yeah, we used to do this with the wild cards. Now we're doing it for the random crap. Maybe wild card. Maybe we'll make an announcement here soon. Who knows? But I do need someone from the audience, or just I need Jeff. Jeff.
Jeff's doing something.
I don't care what you're doing to make the show better. I don't care. I need you. Everybody, this is Jeff Sherman. He's been bouncing back and forth like a pong game, making this run. Yep, pick whatever one. It's snowflake shaped. Okay.
Ooh.
And the number, not that one, but they're going to love it because we have 2 gift packs for random crap raffle. The first one is okay, but the second one that we're going to do at the end of the show has tickets to Maui is still a place?
Maui is a place.
Yeah.
Might actually not be tickets to Maui.
Did anybody hear that? There was a weird glitch in the sound. Number 10. Who has number 10? Who has number 10?
In the back, we have.
Is no one happy? Scream! Scream, damn you! Who won it? Get up here! Get up here! We have to give it to you. We're now sealing the bobber until the end of the second act. It's Jen Clover, everyone. Jen is the winner. Please verify. Hold it up for everybody. All right, it's 10. It's 10. Everything's legit. This is your random crap. Please don't leave anything behind. In fact, we're going to give you these, too, so you can put that in your Monday Night Comedy Show scrapbook dream journal. A lot of people write about the Monday Night Comedy Show in their dream journals. I am one of them. But usually I have waking daymares. You know what those are? It's like nightmares that only happen during the day. Because I'm continually haunted by how much I love this show. And I love it so much that we're going to stop doing it for 15 minutes. It's called intermission, folks. And we're going to welcome Mercy Victor. You can clap. And Jane Smith. We're going to do some music up here during intermission for all of our studio audience guests. And then afterwards, probably play some music. But we'll be back in 15. Let's go pee because it's been a while. Smoke and sit and chill. All right. Woo!
It's intermission time. The show starts in 10 minutes. Yes, folks, it's intermission time. So how about taking a break? Get out and stretch a little and relax before the show begins again. And why not make it refreshment time, too? We have lots of tasty, delicious treats waiting for you at the refreshment center. There's hot popcorn, so golden good and fresh out of the popper. And all kinds of refreshing ice-cold soft drinks. Sizzling hot dogs just bursting with juicy goodness. Ice cream so smooth and delicious, you'll hanker for more. Plus, all the most popular candy bars and many other favorite treats. So why not visit the refreshment center now? Our courteous attendants are ready and waiting to serve you with a wide and wonderful variety of good things to eat and drink. So step right up and make yourself at home. The show starts in 9 minutes.
See, that's what I call hot chocolate.
Yours is waiting for you right now.
Get the drift? We feature ice-cold drinks at our concession.
Here come Flavos, the delicious oriental treat that's out of this world for taste-tempting goodness. Light and delicious, full of tender, juicy, fresh shrimp meat. America's favorite shrimp rolls. Try Flavos. You'll say they're shrimply delicious.
It's 8 minutes before showtime. Satisfy the kiddies with a bag of crisp, crunchy popcorn. And don't forget to get an extra bag or two to take to the car to munch on during the show. You will also want to take a supply of ice-cold soft drinks or delicious, flavorful coffee to keep you refreshed throughout the next show. Make the evening complete by getting a tasty treat for yourself and every member of your party. Make your visit to our theater a pleasant occasion to be remembered. We'll be richly rewarded with the thought that we have pleased you. It's 7 minutes before the show starts.
Popcorn hungry? We have it. Kettle from the Popper. There are other treats for you, too, such as fresh candies and ice cream. Visit the Refreshment Center now. Enjoy a delicious snack and ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown, couched in a soft bun, and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
The show starts in 6 minutes.
Visit our concession and see for yourself the delicious treats, drinks, and snacks awaiting you. If you are thirsty, try ice-cold soft drinks or a cup of hot, flavorful coffee. Get something to go with it, like a sizzling and satisfying hot dog or a tasty, tender sandwich. Try one of these delicious treats, and you'll be back at the concession for more before the show is over. The service at our concession is friendly and efficient.
Lowell, Superintendent of Police Leonard O. McPhail, and Property ID Cope Director Captain Thomas W. Kelleher discuss and formulate plans for the implementation of the Community Organization Alert Plan. Designed and instituted to prevent crimes through neighborhood self-help, the Police Community Relations Bureau is on the way to success. And here is how Cope works. You see a criminal offense in progress. Call the police at 40425. Identify yourself as a Cope member, and you don't have to give your name. Give the officer on duty all the details of the crime. Who, what, where, and when. Radio control will immediately dispatch mobile police units to the scene of the intended crime.
The show starts in 5 minutes.
Our tempting, tasty French fries go with everything.
Come and get them. They are hot. They are delicious.
This week, attend the church or synagogue, your choice.
The show starts in 4 minutes.
On your spinning chairs, try to keep from flying when you hit those stairs.
It's intermission time. The show starts in 10 minutes. Yes, folks, it's intermission time. So how about taking a break? Get out and stretch a little and relax before the show begins again. And why not make it refreshment time, too? We have lots of tasty, delicious treats waiting for you at the refreshment center. There's hot popcorn, so golden good and fresh out of the popper. And all kinds of refreshing ice-cold soft drinks. Sizzling hot dogs just bursting with juicy goodness. Ice cream so smooth and delicious, you'll hanker for more. Plus, all the most popular candy bars and many other favorite treats. So why not visit the refreshment center now? Our courteous attendants are ready and waiting to serve you with a wide and wonderful variety of good things to eat and drink. So step right up and make yourself at home. The show starts in 9 minutes.
See, that's what I call hot chocolate.
Yours is waiting for you right now.
Get the drift? We feature ice-cold drinks at our concession.
Here come Flavos, the delicious oriental treat that's out of this world for taste-tempting goodness. Light and delicious, full of tender, juicy, fresh shrimp meat. It's America's favorite shrimp rolls. Try Flavos. You'll say they're shrimply delicious.
It's 8 minutes before showtime. Satisfy the kiddies with a bag of crisp, crunchy popcorn. And don't forget to get an extra bag or two to take to the car to munch on during the show. You will also want to take a supply of ice-cold soft drinks or delicious, flavorful coffee to keep you refreshed throughout the next show. Make the evening complete by getting a tasty treat for yourself and every member of your party. Make your visit to our theater a pleasant occasion to be remembered. We'll be richly rewarded with the thought that we have pleased you. It's 7 minutes before the show starts.
Popcorn hungry? We have it. Kettle from the popper. There are other treats for you, too, such as fresh candies and ice cream. Visit the refreshment center now. Enjoy a delicious snack and ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown, couched in a soft bun, and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
The show starts in 6 minutes.
Visit our concession and see for yourself the delicious treats, drinks, and snacks awaiting you. If you are thirsty, try ice-cold soft drinks or a cup of hot, flavorful coffee. Get something to go with it, like a sizzling and satisfying hot dog or a tasty, tender sandwich. Try one of these delicious treats, and you'll be back at the concession for more before the show is over. The service at our concession is friendly and efficient.
Lowell, Superintendent of Police LYNNDALE McPhail, and Property ID Cope Director Captain Thomas W. Kelleher discuss and formulate plans for the implementation of the Community Organization Alert Plan. Designed and instituted to prevent crimes through neighborhood self-help, the Police Community Relations Bureau is on the way to success. And here is how Cope works. You see a criminal offense in progress. Call the police at 40425. Identify yourself as a Cope member, and you don't have to give your name. Give the officer on duty all the details of the crime. Who, what, where, and when. Radio control will immediately dispatch mobile police units to the scene of the intended crime.
The show starts in 5 minutes.
Our tempting, tasty French fries go with everything. Come and get them. They are hot. They are delicious. This week, attend a church or synagogue, your choice.
The show starts in 4 minutes.
Say humans got COVID from bats. That can't be, because if that was... Say humans got COVID from bats. That can't be, because if that was, Ozzy Osbourne would have had me for years. Some people say I'm not real. I gotta believe in myself, because people don't believe in me. I'm just living the American dream. I came here from another country. I came to this country with nothing. And I worked hard, pulled myself up by my bootstraps. Now everyone's talking about me. I'm on the cover of every newspaper. I'm the only thing that people can talk about. You can't escape me. I'm everywhere. I made plane tickets so cheap. I've been flying everywhere. Let's charter some shit, bro. I get into the hottest parties, bro. VIP all the way. Dude, I just been traveling the country, man. I've been having so much fun this last year. I went to choir practice in Washington State, man. I went to Sturgis. Sturgis was a blast, bro. I had so much fun. I got to ride in one of those sidecars. I went to so many concerts, bro. I touched everything. But I had to stop by this wedding first in Millicott, Maine. That was super fun. They violated the state's guidelines. Cause it's a party, bro. I think I might have accidentally infected maybe 176 people because I refused to use the tongs at the buffet. Dude, why do you need tongs? Everybody's touching the tongs. So yeah, I use my hands. What's to you? Dude, I've been going everywhere. I went to college. There's a few colleges. I hung out in the dining hall, went to parties, just chilled, had some fun. I don't know if I killed anybody. Those kids, they still have a pretty strong immune system. So, smoke them if you got them, bro. Cause who knows when is your time, right? Until then, you'll catch me at the hottest parties. Peace.
Go ahead and flip it on me. I think I got
some sort of.
Welcome back, humans of the audience. Our intermission has concluded. Please remember that you are interested in the show by giving it up for your host, Andrew Danger Brittleson.
Yay!
It's just in. The Monday Night Comedy Show is tops. Says Lucky Lindy. How was everyone's intermission? Lie to me. Beautiful, beautiful. You might notice, have added an extra thicker layer because I doubled down as a fat man. I don't care. I trust that they fix me in post to look svelte.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, you guys want to? Yeah. All right. You have those friends who have kids and they're all like, they're little angels. Oh, my baby's the best baby. Mine is. I have a 9-year-old. They them pronouns just recently, and Graham gave me this stuffed animal a couple weeks ago, and they said, put this in your pocket for good luck at the Monday Night Comedy Show. Right? Yeah, my God. What a great kid. Fuck. I don't know what that meant, but...
You chose the wrong onomatopoeia, sir.
That's a great word.
It is a great word.
Ooh, onomatopoeia.
It's a really long word for a simple
It has no
concept.
business being around my 9-year-old. But I really appreciated that, and it just reminded me that my birthday is on July 10th, and I like gifts. So...
If you would like to give a gift straight from your heart to your wallet to your venue.
I'm honestly waiting for their faces to glow when they pull out their PDAs from 1999 and write in their Newtons. Remember the Newton?
Yeah,
it was Apple's
like vaguely.
Really good handwriting recognition software.
Yeah, that sounds like sarcasm.
No, it's not. It's
not
really?
Sarcasm.
This
Actually
is sarcasm. We're gonna miss you on your last day.
Oh.
JK LOL.
Oh, so the difference is whether it hurts my feelings.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds like I'm a dick, and I don't want to be a villain. I'm not a villain in my story. Let there be peace between our houses, Kruger.
Sure.
Or I'll sick May on you. That's right. May's been a bouncer this whole time. Lock the door!
All right.
I'm going to find a way to fit it in 3 more times before the end of the show. And if I do, General Mills will give me $100,000. Really. Wouldn't it be great if you just could lie and it would be
I really like how you kept joking about keeping that audience hostage. Here's some money.
There we go.
Just like Fox News.
Yeah.
Fair and balanced. Isn't that their bullshit?
That's their tagline.
You know what my tagline is? I wasn't ready for you to want an answer.
Yeah.
Andrew Danger Brindleson,
Gross.
colon, better get me my money. Fucker, fucko. Hey, fucko.
Hey, fucko.
Give me
that money.
Give me all of it.
Yeah.
If you'd like to give the Monday Night Comedy Show all your money, fuckos, go to Monday Night Comedy Show /Venmo. Venmo / Monday Night Comedy Show.
You know what?
Or MNCS.
Do what I do.
69.
Write Monday Night Comedy Show on a piece of paper and throw it up to the moon. and if it bounces off the moon, it'll land in a magical pool of money. And the money will splash out, filling our pockets.
Yes.
Who needs a budget or money when you're this creative?
It fills our pockets, but it shreds our lungs and it makes bloody horrible mess. Somehow we're dead.
Oh, like menthol cigarettes.
The next
So my
guest.
my pain medication is really working now.
Right. Totally.
Is what that whole business was. But we're in Act 2 now. This is a classier, a little highbrow, a little bougier act in the show. If I had a rock or like a boulder.
But we don't. It's
or a
not
barrel,
bougie enough.
Probably a barrel. Or like the senior photos in Indiana had hay bales. I don't know if you ever have been a senior in high school in Indiana. But
would you recommend being a senior in high school in Indiana?
Not even to my worst enemy.
Okay.
No. And there are a lot of people I want to hurt. I'm a Cancer, you see.
Like the zodiac sign, or like figuratively, like you are a Cancer?
No, I am a horrible murdering disease.
Okay.
Yes, no, I'm a water sign fucker. And
okay, well, you got to be careful now.
Graham is so pissed. He was born on the 22nd of July at 11:49. He would have been a Leo in 11 minutes.
Yeah.
And now he's just like his old man, or they're just like their old man, and like fuck it, emotional, and vindictive bitches.
Oh. I think we were doing.
No, that's a horrible.
No,
intro.
that's
no.
okay.
No.
Andy, remember that person we like?
I think we were doing.
Remember,
that staff member, that person that we liked, that we almost insulted now?
When I threw caution to the wind and opened my mouth this evening,
welcoming to the show,
hoping against hope that none of you were listening, I was struck with the realization, when I die, I want this next comic to have the show. I don't know how to fix this. I honestly
can't. Probably, yeah.
Like, can I have the deed to your car?
Dude.
And I'll give her mine too.
I mean, she might be like, try brevity. Let's try brevity.
Is she gonna like you after this?
I know it goes against everything that we ever go for in this show.
We do like her.
The only thing that's coming to my mind is dick jokes. I am going down a rabbit hole I hate.
You know,
and I
honestly,
need-
just you
know
can play
what?
the video.
Let's just start over. Hi, welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show. I'm your host, Andrew Danger Brindles, and I've been doing this for a lot of times.
A lot of times.
Despite what you may think, this is a comedy show, and our next guest is actually a staffer here at the Monday. She has taken on the mantle of booking for all of the comics that you've seen perform tonight, and in the subsequent week. So let's everybody start clapping while her intro video starts playing.
So I was walking down the street today, just minding my own business. Maybe not. I was probably looking at something that was not my business. But a car alongside me on the road started like slowing down next to me, started rolling down his window, and I was not worried at all. And then he said, "Yo, bitch." And I said, "Yes." And he asked, does the carpet match the drapes? And I asked, why would you care? I thought dogs were colorblind. The point is I'm rude. I was at the gas station recently, just inside, looking at protein bars that I don't want to eat. And, and a guy came up to me asking for directions to the highway, and I'm like a very tender-hearted millennial, and I told him, and then he said, you know, I wasn't listening, could you write that down for me, a pen and paper? And I said, fuck off. And then I was like, oh, I don't have a pen and paper. I totally forgot. Okay. And then he said, you know what, I have a pen and paper in my van. Why don't you come out to my van with me and write down these directions? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, but I promised another guy that I was gonna let him murder me. You should have come sooner. And he's promised to wear a mask, which is so respectful of me. And I love it, okay. So I work from home. Lots of Zoom meetings, a lot of looking at screens, and you know how there's always somebody who has a sound issue, like they can't hear you, you can't hear them. At my job, I'm the person with the sound issues, and I don't intend to change because I love it. I love the attention. I love it when I'm the problem because then I don't have a problem. Other people have a problem. That is me. And I'll even like kind of play along, like I'm trying to fix the problem. Like I kind of like hit my keyboard like a cat playing a piano. I don't know. So I'm gonna get fired probably, but I mean, it's happened. It's happened. I like to have fun. So do y'all remember those stimulus checks?
Yeah.
That was the best 3 days of my life. So I found a guy and I paid him $15 an hour to not work at Pizza Hut because I hate Pizza Hut. And I'll tell you why. Because Pizza Hut is not a hut. It's disrespectful to legitimate huts. And we all know it's more like a cave, right? It's a cave. It's dank. It's moist. Hardly anybody is there. And actually, as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that's more like a vagina. But for the children, let's say it's a cave. Pizza cave. Pizza cave. Although pizza vagina probably wouldn't do that badly. So do you guys know that, do you all know that gardening is a cry for help? Did you also know that I have started gardening myself? Like, this should work. What I like to do is I like to dig a hole as deep as I can and then scream into it and then put the dirt back. And then I water it and watch it grow up to be a fully ripe libertarian. This spring, I actually made a good effort. I had hope. I put in some hard work, medium work, not hard work. And I tried so hard, and you know, now I'm just watching it die. And I'm kind of into it, you know? The weeds are reclaiming what's theirs. I respect that. The plants are weak. They're not holding their own. I don't even know them anymore. If anyone asks, the weeds are my friends. It's like watching the Avengers get defeated one by one, and I just want to be the ally because nothing bad ever happens to the villain's ally, right? So I'm optimistic. So we are all vaccinated, 100% vaccinated in this room, which is like amazing. We are superior to most of America. Not hard, but but my mom actually is refusing to get a vaccine. She saw a YouTube video, so she knows a lot now. It's very good, very cool. And it's bittersweet because a part of me wants her to live a very long time, and then the rest of me doesn't. But I don't talk about that. People don't like that. And the thing is, she's like gullible. That's like what happened with that. She's very gullible. And it hasn't been a problem. Like it hasn't been like not getting a vaccine problem, but it, you know, for instance, like she doesn't think that Gary Sinise has legs. She thought Forrest Gump was a documentary. And like, okay, so Forrest Gump, there's a guy who loses his legs, and that's Gary Sinise's character. And God bless the special effects person. They did a really great job. My mom bought it. Bought it for fucking 30 years, okay? And I will show her pictures of Gary Sinise on a beach, fishing, doing things with legs. And she just says, those are old photos. For when he had the legs. And you know what? All the photos are going to be old. They're going to get older as time progresses. What I need Gary Sinise to do, if he's watching, is to get on Cameo, charge a reasonable amount of money, and let me pay him to show off his legs for 3 minutes. Show me your fucking gams, Gary Sinise. Let the madness end. But one thing that's good about my mom and the internet is that she is not on Nextdoor yet. I'm so thankful. If you don't know what Nextdoor is, it's this app where very nice, naive, racist people get together and talk about what they saw on the Citizen app. Right now, the hot topic in my area is car break-ins, and my neighborhood is especially susceptible because nobody will lock their doors. Nobody. And they will say, I should have the freedom to leave my car doors unlocked. I don't want to live this way. And it's like, you don't live that way. You don't live that way. You left your car door unlocked, and that thief took his freedom to open your car door, and now you have to buy new sunglasses. So I don't know what the fuck you want, but you have freedom for sure. Anyway, Nextdoor, oh my God, I wish these people would all die. No, I don't. That's mean. I mean, the funeral industry has had a tough year. Actually, a lucrative one, but anyway. Let me think. So summertime makes me think about how much I miss smoking. It's such a good time to smoke, as is spring and autumn and winter most of the time. It feels so good, and you look so good doing it. And you know, I've never had addiction issues. Like my grandfather, when he smoked and decided to quit, he just stopped doing it. I mean, that did not work for the alcoholism, but he could stop smoking. And then when I decided to quit, it was when I went to go buy a pack of Pall Malls, and they were $11, and double-digit prices. Oh my God, I could not do it because $11 is basically $20. And that's a lot of money in 1996 dollars, and that's the last time I ever thought practically about money. So I read the statistic the other day that over the course of a lifetime, it costs $1 million more to be a single woman. I didn't even know cats ate that much. All right, that'll do it for me.
Humans of the audience, give it up for Elizabeth S.
Wait, Elizabeth, we have 2 questions for you. Answer honestly.
Okay.
Yes. If you could invent a new dish, what ingredients would it have?
Peanut butter, coffee, butterscotch, and protein powder of some kind that doesn't taste like protein powder.
Okay. Yummy. And what's your go-to dance move?
A nap.
Yeah. Yes. There it is. There it is. Thank you, Liz.
That's 100% correct. From Elizabeth S., the official booker here at the Monday Night Comedy Show. So if you want to perform, all you have to do is send us a message or track down Elizabeth as she gallivants all around town to other comedy shows doing sets. So, I just got a notification on my phone for a badass website. Well, yes, I am in the market for cool audio-visual things like the Monday Night Comedy Show. I'll visit you, nanotaco.com.
Oh, dang.
I'll swipe. Wait,
Right is good. Right is good.
I will fuck you. I will fuck you. Well, like this Nano Taco. That's probably bad.
I think the vernacular you're looking for is, I fuck with Nano Taco. That's what we say now.
No, I would have sex with them.
Oh.
I said what
My
I said. If it was Dear Diary, I had a dream I slept with a website.
Right.
GoDaddy was there.
Yeah.
Dude, you're
Taking
like 3
notes.
lines from a Chuck Tingle book right
Is-
now. Like,
I consider that a compliment.
It is.
No, I like websites, and I cannot lie. I wish I was cool and finish that with words that rhyme. Fuck my life. You ever host a comedy show for 14 years and just decide, well, let's just do it on the hottest time ever in Minnesota, where God, she's so mean and has a magnifying glass pointed at Minneapolis and right over my house and said, fuck you. You should walk around in this to get your AIC down because I gave you diabetes because you're fat. There are people who worships gods like this. Magnifying glass holding vindictive sugar gods. Anyway, okay, what was I talking about? Nanotaco.com. There's no porn on it yet because we haven't started filming sketches yet. Speaking of awkward
Segues, yeah, super
segues,
awkward segues.
have you ever been to Toronto, Canada? Tell the truth.
Yes. No.
I heard a yes, so you all have. There. As we all know, Toronto, Ontario is the capital of Canada. It's not Saskatoon.
No.
Is Letterkenny even a real city? I don't.
I mean, like, there's a real South Park, Colorado, but that doesn't mean that there's a real Letterkenny, Ontario?
Canada, just Canada. South Park, where were you getting that?
That there was a South Park, Colorado?
Yeah, but we were talking about Canada.
I was talking about towns
debatable.
that may or may not be fictional that have been talked about in television shows.
For two. In the form of a question.
Because I thought that if I tangented us off far enough from our topic, perhaps we would move things along.
Oh, yeah, that's where you totally just went off the rails. Because we'll never, ever get back to where we wanted to be. I make sure of that week after week, year after year. Want to see something cool I learned I can do?
What's that?
Really? I'm pregnant! They'll do it to fucking everything. There were some orphans that were on fire, and I said, stop it, and they did.
They're probably
split the
wondering
room
why
on
you're
orphans.
endangering yourself around flaming orphans when you're pregnant.
They were worried about me.
And the baby.
You altruistic motherfuckers. I love this audience. And you know what? Our next comic from Toronto, Ontario is going to love it too. Put your hands together for our next third Canadian comic. Everyone start clapping. For Luke Lyndale. There he is, Luke Lyndale! Luke Lyndale!
Oh man, you know, that's the longest intro I think I've ever had. That intro was as long as like from Minneapolis to where I'm living currently. That was great. Thank you very much. Hey, you know what? I want to start talking about the pandemic. I don't know if you guys know, here in Toronto, we're still in the fucking middle of the pandemic. I know for you guys, you're done. You're done. CNN doesn't even talk about it anymore. You're done with it. But we're in the middle. We're still in a lockdown. And you know what? For me, at the beginning of the pandemic, you know, I learned 2 acronyms, right? There's the WHO, WHO, you know, stands for World Health Organization. And then there's WHAT, WHAT stands for Wash Hands After Toilet. I learned that. And you know what? At the beginning of the pandemic, the acronyms were just confusing. When they came out with the recommendation, who advises travel restrictions with China? I don't know. Who advises social distancing? No idea. Who advises wear a mask? Why does every recommendation start with a fucking question? I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. And the what acronym just made it more confusing. Who advises what? I don't know what's happening. It doesn't make any sense. And then, you know what? I think that they realized that who by itself was confusing, so they started to add the word the in front of who. But that didn't make it any better for me. The Who is a band. The Who advises creating a bubble. Why does a band from the 1970s have to do with the fucking pandemic? What's happening? It doesn't make any sense. The Who sang a song called La La Lies. I can't believe anything you're saying. You know, the Who's most famous song is called Baba O'Reilly. I can't believe you when you name a song called Baba O'Reilly. You know, and then the thing is, what you know what happened to me? You know, I almost lost it. You know, like in the summer of that last year, the guy across the street turned 50, okay? And what they did is they put a big placard on his lawn there, and then people were driving by, you know, like that procession, you know, honking the horns, and I was looking outside. Everything was cool, right? Then an hour in, people were getting out of the car, and then they were hugging him. And then he was giving them beers. What are you doing? You're killing people. So I couldn't handle it anymore. I swung the door up and I yelled out, hey, hey, who advises what? They were like, what are you talking about? And I said, I don't know. Just fucking do it. Stop the pandemic. Save lives. All right, on to the next thing. Hey, guys, I wanted to talk. Elizabeth was talking about working from home. I do that too, you know. And I'm getting fed up with all these Zoom calls. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, every time I'm on a fucking Zoom call, it feels like I'm on at a senior's home. We can't hear you. Can't see you. Does Harold have his pants on again? With the backgrounds, I don't get it. You know, when you have a background, some people think you're so fucking technologically advanced. Yeah, I went to the internet, downloaded an image, and uploaded it to Zoom. Ooh, I'm a fucking genius. How did I do it? Oh my God. And you know what? Like, why is it like, you know what? Like, we all know that we can see ourselves, right? So the thing is, like, you know those people, like, you know, I don't understand. Why don't you give yourself a light? Like, you're in the dark. I was in this one call one time, and there's this black guy talking, and the person running to me says, excuse me, we can't really see you. And he was like, oh, racism. It's like, no, you look like you're calling from a fucking cave. Put a light on. Jesus Christ, we can't see anyone. You're a person. If you can't see you, we can't see you. It's not complicated. Jesus. And you know what? Like, you know what I don't understand too is like why is it some people like in a meeting just want to like never show their face? Okay. Before the pandemic, I worked at this place, and this one woman reported to me. Right, the pandemic hits. We used to have a meeting every morning to check in. This woman never ever showed herself. What the hell's going on? What happened? Did the fucking pandemic hit and you joined the witness protection program? Like, what's happening? Like, why are you not showing yourself? And why are some people always on mute? Like, what are you doing in the background in the morning that you have? Oh, honey, just a second. Yeah, don't kill any babies right now. I'm not on mute. Okay, you're good. Kill away. Just a moment, I gotta make a comment. Yes, that's my contribution. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Keep murdering. Like, what's happening back there? You know, like, I don't get it. And the thing is, too, is like, I was saying before, like, you know, the thing is with Zoom is that, I think it was we talking about earlier, right? Like, you can see yourself, right? And like, I don't think I'm great looking, but I was just enamored. Like, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I move my arms and I do that. And oh my God, it's so great. So if I was at a comedy club right now, and there was a guy sitting in the front row who looked exactly like me, there's no fucking way I'm looking at anyone else. I'm like, oh my God, so great. I'm just looking at that guy the whole time. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you know what? A lot of people are like, hey, how come that guy there is always looking down when instead of talking to us? It's because he's staring at himself the whole time. That's what's happening, you know? All right, on to the next thing. Hey, guys, I want to know here, I've got a question for you guys, okay? Who here has had shingles before? Yeah, me. I had shingles, okay? 2 months before the fucking pandemic hit, I got shingles, okay? And I'll tell you how painful shingles is, okay? The only person in this world who's ever lived who deserves the pain that shingles inflicts is Hitler. That's it. That is it. That is the only person. I'll tell you what, if I knew the pain that shingles inflicted, if someone said to me, listen, you've got a choice. You can either have shingles or we're going to take this fucking ball-peen hammer and hammer your nutsack. I would choose the hammering of the nutsack all fucking day long. No problem. Hammer away. I'm going to enjoy it. And you know what? I'll tell you what, guys. Listen, man. When you get the shingles, you have no more filter, okay? I lost my filter completely, okay? Healthy people were not an ally. I didn't like healthy people, you know? Because you know what it's like, right? You see people, you're like, hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm good. How are you? I've got shingles. Oh, great. Yeah, fuck you. You're healthy? Fuck you. I don't fucking like you. You can go fuck yourself, you know? And the thing is, too, is you know what? I don't know if you guys have ever had like a long-term like illness, like really feel awful, you know? People want to commiserate with you, okay? Commiserating doesn't help you, okay? The thing is, like, this one guy was like at work, he was like, oh my God, oh wow, you know what? Like, my brother had it and it only lasted 3 days. Yeah, good for your fucking brother. I'm 6 weeks in here. That doesn't help me. Or another one was like, oh my God, my mother had it for like 6 months. She almost died. Great, something to look forward to. Are you healthy? Like, fuck you then, you know? Like, Jesus Christ. The other thing too, guys, is that, you know what? For me, the happiest moments of my life during that period were spent in a hot bath, okay? I would get into the hot bath, and I wasn't just like, you know, like 30 minutes. I was like 2 hours in the hot bath, okay? It's just beautiful, you know? Then my wife would come in, she'd be like, hey, I need to go pee. She'd pop her head in, you know? And I'd be like, hey, are you healthy? She'd be like, yeah. I said, well then fuck off! Get the fuck out of here! I'm fucking dying over here, I got shingles. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And the thing is, too, I spend so much time in the bath. You know what I don't understand is, why is the standard bath not made for the standard person? Why is it so small? Like, why is it, you know what? Like, even someone who's 5 feet can't fucking lie down in the fucking standard bath. Like, what's happening? I get into my bathtub, I'm like Shaquille O'Neal. Ah, here it comes. Ah, I'm entering the fucking bath. Ah, watch out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy because when you're in the bathtub, right? There's only 2 positions, you know? I either got to sit up to soak my legs like I'm driving a fucking car. Like, what's happening there? Or I got my legs up like I'm fucking like I'm fucking getting examined by a gynecologist. You're like, what's happening? Like, why are those the options? You know what I mean? Like, why do I have to be a millionaire to afford a bathtub? I'm only fucking 5'11". I'm fucking not that big. You know what I mean? Like, come on, it's nuts. You know what, too, though? It's at the end of the day, when you have the hot bath, right? I'll tell you what, like, after a 2-hour hot bath, you don't feel like doing anything, okay? And you know what? Like, I'll tell you what, you know when they had, like, Kim Jong-un, right, and Donald Trump, when they were all having those talks about nuclear war and whatever, you know what they should have done? They should have took both those fuckers and put them both in a hot bath next to each other, okay? And they would have just soaked there, and afterwards, they would have been like, I don't care, Donald. What's going on, man? Let's have a fucking snooze. Because that's all you can do after hot bath. You just got to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Anyways. All right. On to the next thing. Guys, this is the last thing I want to talk about. I don't know about you guys. I don't drink coffee. And coffee drinkers annoy me, okay? Like, you know, oh, don't talk to me. I haven't had my coffee yet. It's too early in the morning. Oh, I can't do anything without my view. I can't believe they don't have any more pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, I can't believe someone's not punching you in the fucking face. Jesus, you know what I mean? And coffee drinkers are never happy with their consumption amounts, right? Oh, I'm a mess right now. I can't do anything. I haven't had my coffee. 2 hours later, I can't concentrate. I've had too much coffee. You know? And then mid-afternoon, I need more coffee. I'm starting to crash. And then before bed, oh my God, I can't sleep. I drank way too much coffee today. And guess what? It's the same thing every day. What's going on with you? You gotta take some fucking notes, plot a graph, do something different tomorrow. Like, what's your deal? Like, how come it's always the same thing? You know what I mean? And you know what? And there's no logic to how coffee drinkers spend money, right? Like, a coffee drinker will not pay regular money for clothes, but they'll spend $48 fucking on a fucking coffee at Starbucks. Like, what's your deal? Like, it doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? Oh no, oh my God, are those jeans regular price? Oh, there's no way I'm spending $15 for a pair of jeans at Old Navy. No, I'm waiting for the sale. Oh, $52 for some fucking sprinkle fucking chocolate on my fucking coffee? Yeah, I'm on board. Let's do it. Do I only have to wait 3 hours in line? Yes, I'm there. You know what? And I'll tell you guys one thing, right? Like, the thing is, like, coffee drinkers are just gross, okay? I don't know if you guys know, but the most expensive coffee in the world is called Cappy Luwak, okay? Coffee drinkers will spend $100 a cup. That's right. And I don't know if you know this, but the way that they make the coffee, it's made by the kivat coffee bean, okay? And the kivat is an animal. Basically, it injects this bean, and then it shits the bean out. And then people take the bean and make coffee out of that fucking shit bean. What's wrong with you? Like, what's happening? And you know what? Like, that just goes to prove, like, I think fucking coffee tastes like shit. These people are drinking coffee that fucking tastes like shit. There's nothing right with fucking coffee drinkers. And if you're upset with me right now because you're like, hey, watch out, I'm a coffee drinker. Well, guess what? That's how much I fucking hate coffee drinkers, as much as you hate me right now. Anyways, you know what? I'm calling you from Toronto. We're still in the pandemic. Thank you. I'm Luke Lyndale.
Give it up for Luke Lyndale.
Oh, holy shit. I thought Canadians were supposed to be nice. That's Luke Lyndale, everybody. Luke, we have to ask you some questions, but I'm afraid of your answers. But take it away, May.
Okay. If you could change the ending of any famous movie, what would it be? And what would the new ending be?
I think I would want one where it involves Hitler, and I'd want him to be, like, decapitated.
All right.
That's right.
And then go play football with his head.
Okay, and if you could completely get rid of 1 month out of the year, which month would it be and why?
Well, I'd get rid of January 2020, because that's when I got shingles. I would have raised
That is correct.
Thank you.
That is correct. Luke Lyndale from Toronto, Ontario. So far, we're 3 for 3 for funny Canadians, and I don't know, we have room for like one more Canadian.
I mean, like, not tonight.
Not tonight. No, we're busy.
Yeah.
That day. No, yeah, we're gonna, Luke, we're gonna have you back if that's okay.
Awesome.
Don't yell at me.
Don't drink coffee around him. You know how he gets.
He looks like with the background that he chose. It looks like he has a YouTube show where he yells at you when you need to buy stocks. Like, buy it now! What the fuck are you waiting for? Buy the stock now! Sell AMC. If I had stock in one internet site, it would be trinketsandgears.com, and I'll tell you why. Shut up! You don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna school you dropouts. All right. Picture this. You're late for your own wedding. It happens. You haven't bought a ring. So you can go to trinketsandgears.com on your smartphone or your PDA if you still have that from 1990. You pull out your visor. You find a coaxial cable that'll fit into something that'll access the internet. You type in trinketsandgears.com because you want original, one-of-a-kind pieces of wearable art for your bride or groom to be. because there is no gender in this story, but there is one hero, and it's you, because you find something that is still available. So you click purchase, and then, well, you have to wait a few days for shipping.
And boy, is your spouse going to be pissed.
But it's worth it because when you finally walk up the altar, everybody's like wearing those long white beards because that's still funny. That's like I've been waiting so long, I grew this beard. And your wife says, "Boy, you better have a good excuse." And you know what you do?
What?
You pull out this box, right? This is space work. I learned this at the
we're
Brave New
watching.
Workshop. Okay. You open it. And there's like a thing that you bought on Trinkets and Gears. Do you not see where the story went? Like you purchased and your spouse is happy. Like what the fuck? I mean, there's that. Did you think there was going to be a moral at the end?
We were just so enthralled by you painting the picture of what was going to happen, and you're going to be like, and inside is, and we're like, oh, what's going to be inside? He's like, it's fucking something from Trinkets and Gears. Aren't you impressed?
I mean, did you not see it glow in my mind's eye? Kind of like Marcellus Wallace's soul in the briefcase.
I'm going to use this opportunity to remind you that we cannot actually see what is going on inside your head.
Oh, 2 comics left, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you call a segue.
That's great.
I want to thank everybody who's donated so far on Venmo, but we got one Cash App from the sexiest name I've ever heard in my life, Rose Panther.
That's a good name.
Just say it out loud. Rose Panther. Oh, Christ, that's the best fucking name in the world. We have a bunch of assholes who's giving us money named David and Cora. Rose Panther. I feel like there should be a sound effect after that. Kruger, do your best Panther, okay? Not right now. Rose Panther. Okay. Rose Panther. It sounds like you're hawking a loogie. Okay, May, you're up. May? Okay, here we go. Rose Panther. We're going to fix that. Eventually, 6 months from now, we're going to forget we did this, and then V is going to be like, I have that sound clip for you. Right. What? I've had it for like 9 months. How is this? It's longer than... Rose Panther. Thank you for your donation via Cash App. No one really uses that app except you. So now we're friends on Cash App. Anyway, 612-296-6500 is my phone number, is what I was going to tell Rose Panther. Did I just really give my phone number out?
Again? On the internet again?
On the internet again?
Yeah.
I was told
This is recorded.
by you and you guys, don't do that anymore. I say it so fast, though.
Right.
If you would like to text Andy about how he shouldn't give his number over the internet, well, he just gave his number over the internet, so go ahead.
What?
And you can go find the recording later so you can have Andy's number if you're live in the audience.
Dear Diary, I'm into sweaty fat men.
Pull them through texts.
Thankfully, you live in America.
Ouch.
See what happens when you
Ouch.
segue too long, boss?
Yeah. Venmo.com/ Monday Night Comedy Show or Cash App $MNCS69. Say it like that. Anyway, I was talking about trinketsandgears.com. You can see their booth at Crypticon. If you don't go to Crypticon, go fuck yourself, because it's September 10th through 12th this September here in Minneapolis. It's a horror convention, and it's so much better than other conventions because there's usually the mom from E.T. in there. She's like always a guest at horror cons. Okay, no one knows who. Have you ever seen E.T.? Oh, that's the sound of me hitting it out of the park. One more time for Andy. Oh, well. And the audience is saying, be good at me. They're not quoting E.T., they're just begging me to improve. Elgin, Illinois. A lot of fantastical images pop in your mind when you say Elgin, Illinois out loud, or to your lover, in the midst of passion. Clearly, when I'm about to come, I say, Elgin, Illinois! And whoever I might be lucky enough to be with, they say, tell me more. And I say, why tell you when I can show you?
Just keep going.
Where's it going, man? Where's it going? Jesus Christ.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
Your
I
next
can feel it coming.
And I meet
and
my new boyfriend. It's Luis! Luis Arevalo! Welcome back, Luis! We're happy to have you back.
Hold on, Luis. We're having a little bit of trouble hearing you. Are you unmuted?
6 weeks he said he couldn't figure out the on button. He's lying to us.
I mean, it might be the intro. It gave Dan problems. Like, maybe we just need to banter more.
Oh,
Fill
yeah,
some
that's
time.
exactly what this show needs. more Andy Kruger bullshit. Luis, can you hear us? Oh, shit.
Hello?
Did he just turn himself?
Hello?
He's... Oh,
Hey!
It's Luis!
You know what? I was gonna come here and make fun of Andrew, but after that boomer move, I don't know if I can still make fun of him. Honestly, I'm like half his age, and I didn't realize I was muted. I'm thirsty, bro. Andrew really thirsty. Like this would give away his phone number, you know? Like I was. He saw Rose Panther's profile, and I was like, yeah, she's cute. Here's my phone number. I was like, you know, that's. I don't know if that's what you want from a partner, you know, like. I feel like that's a red flag, you know. Because online dating is weird, but that's taking it too far, you know. Like at that point, you know, it's like we can agree that just murder is bad, but you know what I'm saying. But there's a line past where I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, I don't know, man. I feel like women and some men talk about how women have to take L's for trying to deal with men, but I'm also want to talk about how men have to take a L for having to deal with men. You know, I've been paying a lot of attention on politics, and one thing that I like about international politics and just in general is how we respond to war crimes. You know, like I love how we respond to war crimes. If you guys don't know how we respond to war crimes, is basically the way we respond to war crimes is basically with more war crimes. You know. You know what I'm saying? Like an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, but war crime made fun of my homies can't have none, you know? And I'm glad that as a society we're very stingy with wealth, but anyone can just deal with a war crime, so that's cool. I was just in Tucson recently. And a lot of people from this area, from Chicago to like Elgin, have moved down to Tucson because it's cheaper. And that's how I know that there's still racism. That there's definitely racism in Tucson, Arizona. You know, it all comes from Chicago. I don't know if it's all homebred, but that's cool to know that racism kind of just moves everywhere. You know. All right. I don't know if the crowds also can't see where I should take this joke. Like, I don't know if you guys are with me or kind of like, where is he going with this? I don't know where your side, so I don't know where to take this riff. You know, because I don't know, where were you guys on January 6th? You know, like, The reason why I remember that shit so much because a lot of business owners from Naperville got exposed to like going to like the January 6th. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, how do I not know they went from Naperville to Tucson? You know, and it's like, I don't know. Did you know Ontario? Listen, you guys also had it spelled wrong, so I'm also not too sure about the spelling. Now I don't know what's the proper spelling. I have it here on NPR, and I'm still not even sure about the spelling. Because, you know, the mass media lies. Did you know Ontario has, like, a lot of serial killers? That shit's crazy. I don't know what's going on in Canada. I don't know what's going on in Ontario specifically, but you guys very violent, very weird. I also met a racist person from Ontario. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is me, but that sometimes I think I'm racist just because of how much racist people I attract, you know? It's like sometimes I look at myself and it's like, damn, like do I really do I really hate Mexicans or do I just hate the ones that I'm related to, you know? And I guess I should have cleared that up a little bit because I know that I look like a Chinese lesbian, but I am a Mexican, which makes my parents Mexican, which makes their parents Mexican, and I'm a big fan of the pro-wall, and I'm a big fan of the wall, you know? Like I'm pro immigration, but I'm also pro-wall just because the wall means I never get to see my grandma ever again, you know? And the wall makes sense for that, you know? Like it makes sense, you know, because my grandma's old, so she can't climb walls like she used to. My grandma doesn't like that joke a lot. I don't know, man. What else can I talk about? I'm from Elgin, as Andrew yells out during sex. I'm from here, and I never yell at Elgin during sex. I've never yelled out Elgin in anything. People ask me where I'm from, and I whisper Elgin. You know, like this man is just screaming it during orgasms. But I don't know how it is in Minnesota, but out here in Elgin in the suburbs, it's really hard to date. It's hard to date in the suburbs when you love heroin jokes, and a lot of people out here know some heroin addicts, you know? So, like, it's kind of hard. Because, I don't know, I just like joking about heroin, you know? It's like, it affects white people, so why wouldn't I laugh at it? You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do anything, you know? I can't. They could call, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very white passing. I know, like, I look like a Chinese lesbian, but I am very white passing. So the least I could do, I don't know. Okay. Again, I don't see the crowd, so I don't know where you guys stand with this. My parents are Mexican, and they're Republicans. I'm a Democrat because I don't want to lose any friends. I'm kidding. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not liberal. I got kicked out, actually. I got kicked out from being a liberal. Apparently, I took it too far. I was in a meeting recently. And they were talking about intersectional fascism. And then I just interrupted by saying, why don't we just deport the Amish people? Because I feel like they're wasting their white privilege. And that should be considered a war crime, you know, like at a certain point, the UN has to hold someone responsible for war crimes. It's crazy how you can get away with war crimes. It's it's easy to get away with well, it's hard to commit a war crime. That's one, I guess. Okay, because it's easy to steal, but it's hard to get away with it. But it's really, I just like how, I don't know, I just like, there's something there. This is Monday night comedy show where it's all about premises, and maybe one day we will get a punchline.
You watched your
A lot of comedians
introduction?
this is some inside baseball, but a lot of comedians hate that. Like some comedians I know are like, oh, like hate that comedians that come up with premises on stage and no punchlines. But that's me. I have nothing but premises, you know, like punchlines. Who needs that at an open mic, you know? It's like if you want to see if you want to see punchlines, then go to a show, you know. This is an open mic. We're out here trying to see where we go with the fact that it's hard to commit a war crime. How much money would I don't know. I just like thinking about war crimes because I guess that's the closest I think I'll get to possessing any amount of power, you know? Like like I still live with my parents, you know? Like today I started a job and I hate it already, you know? Like I was caught cheating on the training video test and the dude was nice enough to not say anything. You know, it's like why war crimes are just easier to commit than having to pay for a living wage. And that was my 10 minutes. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Instagram and
Humans of the audience, give it up for
Luis from Elgin, Illinois. Luis Arevalo, thank you so much. Last time we saw Luis, it was earlier in this year when he was doing 6 weeks of all new material as comic in residence, and I did a fantastic job. Now, fantastic job tonight. We have some questions, Luis.
Okay.
Answer them truthfully, please. Two of them. Go ahead.
So the first question I have for you is, what's the worst fashion or hair decision you've made?
This isn't Rose Panther, right? She's not live anymore. I can be honest. Like she's not gonna. Okay. But the worst haircut decision, I think it was going bald in the 4th grade. I think that was awful. Never do that.
Oh, sounds cold. And then, what would be the silliest feature in your dream house?
The silliest feature, I think walls that can do 360.
Okay, cool.
Walls that can do a what?
Spinning walls.
360, like
Yeah, like a spinning walls, and if you get
Spinning
that,
walls. Yeah, rotating
like a
walls.
Scooby-Doo house, like mystery. You know, like the walls
That's-
spin and there's a secret passage.
That
behind
sounds
it?
like a lot of fun.
Or
I
like,
think that's the reference. Yeah.
or it's like a wall, and you're like, you know, now it's my turn, is what you say in a Scottish brogue, and then the walls flip, and it's a fucking arsenal full of like just really cool weapons and sharp knives, and you know,
Not your house, Andy.
snacks too, because
you know, to commit war crimes with.
who doesn't like snacks?
Dude, you want to
No,
play
you don't do
interior
war.
decorator? Andrew,
Kruger
Andrew,
is
you wanna play
obsessed with
interior
war crimes. I don't know what his deal is, but it's like the 8th time he's mentioned war crimes since I've known him for like 15 years. And that's just too many times. Luis, those were all correct. One more time for Luis Arevalo from Elgin, Illinois. Yes! Let's all remember tonight was the night that Luis said that I pulled a boomer move.
Yeah.
No, he said he was pulling the boomer move.
I see. Okay, I thought I would. You know what? I'm projecting. It's.
I thought that for a second too, and then I listened.
No,
and
I was too busy
Oh,
writing
no.
it down and then making a little hangman of Luis, and he's like, "I'll boomer move you," and you know, and now I feel silly.
Okay.
Okay, it's
Which
okay.
is a boomer move itself.
Okay. Don't let
No,
your feelings
boomers don't
get away
feel
from
silly
you.
about the dumb things they do. Congratulations, you're better.
Well, that makes me feel good.
You can do it, buddy.
Excellent. You know what else makes me feel good?
What?
Thinking back to the beginning of the show when
When
we
was
did
that?
the book club. Remember when we were so young and now we are 6? And we read a page out of a volume of Forgotten Lore. It was page 47 of Picture Me Famous, you know, that old chestnut. And the person who read it is now coming full circle to perform for you. Hakuna Matata. I'm pretty sure that's what that means.
Sure, buddy.
It means no worries about the circle and when you're in the jungle.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means.
Kill the proletariat.
Yes, it means that too. Well, no, don't kill the proletariat. We like the proletariat.
Remember that scene in Lion King where Simba's what was Simba's girlfriend's name?
Nala.
Nala. She had those fuck me eyes in the.
Oh my God!
In that one song, it was like, "Can you feel the love tonight?" And it's just she was just ready. And it was a children's movie, which brings me to your next comic.
Right.
Your next comic has these fuck me eyes. That was a good save, I would say.
Totally.
Yeah, you just
got it back.
buddy.
I threw that puck into the
"Oh,
end
man,
zone
let's
and
make a Disney movie
scored a
awkward."
fucking touchdown. Miracle on ice.
Got it.
Caw-caw.
Got him back, buddy.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
We're real excited.
I think that intro doesn't even deserve a comic after it. That was.
Got it.
You want to roll that intro? Oh, fine,
Yeah.
fine.
Hey!
Derrick Johnson, everyone!
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here, guys. I wouldn't have been here had it not been for getting fired a couple of days ago. Very excited about that. I have been actively trying to get fired from that job since I came back after quarantine ended. Worked at a pottery manufacturing warehouse, and I basically just went in and watched YouTube videos, said inflammatory things in front of my coworkers, didn't do really much, took about like 45-minute long bathroom breaks. We once had a work meeting because they were like, the policy about watching videos on your phone extends to being in the bathroom, and all I could think was, who was listening to me shit? I really appreciate that. So I'm glad to be out of that job, man. It honestly was still better than my old job, though. I used to be a window cleaner, on mansions and upper class houses and shit. And I didn't know that I grew up white trash till I started doing that job. And I got to see how all of them live. I'm like, holy shit, you motherfuckers got a furnace? That's wild, man. Me and my family just slept in jackets in the winter. My parents called it playing Eskimo. In hindsight, that's kind of fucked up, though, right? They should have said playing Inuit. That's offensive. Live and learn, they were born in the wrong era. You ever notice only white people say that? Born in the wrong era? I never heard a black guy be like, I should have been born in the 30s, man. Would have been dope not to share a water fountain with you fucking bigots. My parents do act like a little bit subtextually racist sometimes, though. My father talked about the Twin Cities like he was a man in overalls in Pet Sematary. Oh, Cedar Avenue. Folks don't go around Cedar Avenue no more. Strange things been afoot in Cedar Avenue. I'm like, what, a large Somali population, Dad? That's not strange, that's integration. Come on, man. Talking about it like everyone there is a Cujo. I did a lot of internet deep dives over quarantine because there wasn't a whole lot to do. And I learned about a lot of weird and interesting shit. I finally learned what BDSM stands for. And it stands for David Blaine Street Magic. I think that's pretty cool. I didn't know so many people were into it, And I found out there's all these forums for it and shit. People teach you your own tricks, like how to escape from leather and shit. I know David Blaine's the greatest street magician of all time, but can he do black girl magic?
Cool.
Look, David Blaine, I know you can hold your breath for 14 minutes underwater. Can you hold your breath for 700 years about oppression? That's black girl magic, all right, David Blaine? That joke was just for me. My girlfriend and I broke up over quarantine, and the death knell of our relationship ending was that we stopped having sex with each other. For a while, I was trying to convince myself it was because like she had sort of a negative self-image of herself because she had stretch marks. And formerly in the past, she had not wanted to have sex because she's like, I just don't want to look at my own body. And I'm like, I understand and sympathize. But I would tell her, like, look, honey, I still find you attractive. You know, stretch marks mean nothing. Like, I mean, watermelons have stretch marks. And I fuck those, right? So I don't really see what the issue here is. I think you really need to lighten up, you know? Y'all familiar with Elliot Page? Yeah. Elliot Page has been in the news a lot recently. Formerly Ellen Page of movies like Juno and Hard Candy, recently transitioned to become male. And incredibly proud of Elliot Page and his transition and how he's been publicly handling it. But I got upset about a tweet recently. They tweeted a photo of Elliot Page shirtless, and his physique is out of control. And they said, I think it's really cool that Elliot Page could kick all of our asses. I'm like, look, man, I'm not trying to be transphobic, but I could kick the shit out of Elliot Page. No fucking doubt. Oh, you got testicles now, Juno? I'm twisting them. IDF tactics, man. Step up. It's funny too. If you go on the IMDb page for Juno now, it says that it was a movie starring Michael Cera and Elliot Page, which I think is funny because now they retcon Michael Cera into being gay. Because now that's just a movie about him getting a guy pregnant. And Elliot dominated his ass in that movie, too. Straight up topped him on that chair, hit him up on the hamburger phone, said, I'm making the decisions where this baby's going. That's an alpha move, man. My only gripe now is they should have had a woman play the role of Juno. Typical Hollywood bullshit, right? You know? The Last Samurai starring Tom Cruise, Juno starring some guy. You know, sure. Makes it an extra sting for the guy in Hard Candy, too, because he's like, not only am I being killed by a child, but I got catfished by a young boy. This fucking sucks. I also learned over quarantine, there's a town in Missouri called Frankenstein, which I think is kind of cool, but also pretty ironic, because I feel like the last thing anyone in Missouri wants is to bring different people together. I saw something, I keep talking about this shit I was on the internet looking at, but it's so damn funny to me. There's a big campaign going on in Uganda for not allowing homosexuality to be legal. Because it's straight up illegal to be gay in Uganda. And there's a very popular video, I think it's entitled, They Eat the Poo-Poo, where a Ugandan man is spreading propaganda about the homosexual menace, essentially, and saying, like, what they do. And it's all a bunch of lies. He's saying that, like, essentially gay sex is just pooping on each other and devouring the poop. And this is what he's spreading to Uganda. And he has a PowerPoint presentation that he'll show to people that's just abominable fecal-themed gay pornography. And the thing that really entertains me about it is that some hate-filled Ugandan man had to sit at a laptop and download all these videos to make this PowerPoint. So this guy was just on Google like, gay doo-doo. Oh, this is disgusting, but great for the presentation. And like, I'm starting to think like, look, I've accidentally stumbled upon gay pornography in my days, and sometimes not accidentally. And it's not as apocryphal as he wants to make it seem. And so I'm starting to think like, he might have gone down the rabbit hole maybe like 3 feet and then realized, you know, this isn't as disgusting and disturbing as I wanted. And I figure he might have been producing his own gay pornography as propaganda. Like, because I haven't seen anything as fucked up as what he's talking about before. So it sounds like this might have been machinations of his own mind. I've censored the faces to secure the identity of the innocent and the guilty. Like, you know, that looks a lot like your body. It's like, moving on to the next slide. I play a lot of RPG games, and I really enjoy playing as dwarves in RPG games. But I feel like if I had the choice in real life, I probably wouldn't pick dwarf. Because it seems like it's a lot cooler in video games when it comes with like a additional like accuracy bonus, and not like in real life when it comes with like debilitating bone spurs. Plus, I like riding the wild thing. Super pissed off in 2020, and like Valley Fair was shut down the entire fucking time, so I never got to go to Valley Fair or ride the wild thing. And as many other men in the room may relate to, I had my sexual awakening on the wild thing. because many of you may know when you reach the apex on a roller coaster and you start to get your downturn inertia, just all the blood will rush to your 9-year-old penis. And it'll make you start to realize some things about yourself. Like how Girls Gone Wild commercials are real interesting. Dude, so I still have like a Pavlovian response to Caribbean drums now because of Girls Gone Wild commercials. Like it's immediately become erect. Just hear, I'm like, I got 45 seconds to bust a nut, dude. Holy shit. Joe Francis is showing me vaguely censored titties on Comedy Central in 2003, and I'm here for it. You ever wipe your ass just for fun and there's totally shit there? What's up with that, man? It's like, come on, I'm a grown adult. I should be able to get it all in the first go. Been coasting on a D average my whole life. I got like D average wiping skills. I got a bidet like over the last couple of years, and that's really definitely secured the longevity of my underpants. Because I swear before that bidet, I think like I legitimately would just get like surface layer wiping done and then just decide, you know, there are more things to be taken care of today. I think I can go out there and continue my life as a grown adult with a decent amount of fecal matter stuck between my butt cheeks because my parents were too busy gambling to teach me how to wipe. All right, I'm Derrick, y'all. Thanks for listening.
Humans of the audience, give it up for Derrick Johnson.
Derrick, we have 2 questions for you. Answer honestly. Go ahead.
Okay. What's the weirdest thing in your parents' or grandparents' home?
Weirdest thing in my parents' or grandparents' home. Okay, so formerly was in my grandparents' home. Now it's in my home. My grandfather had a hand-carved rocking chair made for him. His name's Richard Johnson. My father's name is also Richard Johnson. So they're both their names are technically penis. And so I have a chair in my house now that says for Grandpa Dick only.
Yes. Yes, that's awesome. That's really good.
So that's the best thing that was in my grandparents' house. For Grandpa Dick only.
Grandpa Dick.
Man, that's where my grandpa gets fucking pussy, you know?
Yeah.
All right, lay the other one on me. Let's go.
When was the last time you felt super old?
Last time I felt super old?
Yeah.
Every time I get pussy, I feel old.
Yeah.
Because my dick doesn't work anymore. It's just sort of a hope and a prayer kind of thing.
My deepest sympathies. I feel you. My deepest empathy. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Derrick Johnson.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Laying out the truth. Could you hand me the bobber here? We're going to Derrick's sexual awakening. It was different than mine. I've been on that ride at Valley Fair.
Yours was at Six Flags or something?
No, mine was a fucking article on prostitution in National Geographic.
Oh.
I'm not proud. It's fucking weird. I need you, Jeff. Jeff. Come on over. Wait. Pick a real good one. This is the final random crap raffle of the night. This one. Number 2. Who is number 2? Number 2. Hey, this one's heavier than the other one. Show everybody. We got See, matching set. Everybody on the internet. Yeah, it's 2. That's it. Yeah. Yep, legit. We're gonna put that in here. What is your first name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay is the big winner for the second right where you are. Enjoy it. Don't leave anything here. Don't leave anything here. It may or may not be purchased at the dollar store.
Hooray.
The fancy dollar store.
The fancy one with a freezer in it.
Yeah.
You can get Weiler's frozen fruit cups.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yes.
Christ. Hey, Minneapolis is a hot mess.
Always.
What is it about this fucking town where we can't catch a break without heartbreak every fucking 20 minutes, it seems. Anyway, Several days ago, Winston Smith Jr. was killed by U.S. Marshals in Uptown. If you don't know where Uptown is in Minneapolis, it's wherever the Apple store is in your town. It's where Mac used to be and where Jute Salon used to be, but it got too rough.
Right.
All right. Now Deonna Erickson was murdered by some asshole who drove a car into a bunch of protesters last night and was killed. There were 2 other injuries reported, and our hearts go out to them. I hope they're doing okay. But Deonna Erickson unfortunately passed away. So I'd like to raise a glass to all the unjust killings that have happened in this town and all across the world. God damn it! Try to make it better. Here's to better days. So. That does it for the Monday Night Comedy Show. We are back here in studio at Nano Taco Studios next week. That is June 21st, 2021 for show number 629. I want to thank some people. I want to thank Elizabeth S. for being a fantastic booker.
Fantastic. Thank you. Yeah.
Getting some great people, really good friends coming back out of the fold. And just applause just comics in general who have still made people laugh during this whole fucking pandemic. Oh, yeah. It's not easy to find humor in this. Our friend St. May, keep it going for St. May. Keep that going for J Money, the motherfucking hawk. Caw. And for everybody here at Nano Taco Studios, we got V. You can clap as I say it. V, Cat, Jeff, Shane, Whitney, Carly, Antonio. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts helping us do this week after week. We're going to have a cool announcement here in the next couple weeks, but we got to have a staff meeting. And, you know, it's where we play Nintendo and talk about people we hate. That's what our staff meetings are.
We have to talk about every person
person who's ever wronged us.
Before we make any decision.
We talk shit about, and then the new business.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
New business, Tully. All right. That's all I have. That's the end of our show. Thank you so much, studio audience. Thank you for being here.
For coming here.
We love you. If you need anyone to escort you to your automobile, we will be happy to do so, as it is dark out. And we hope that Rose Panther comes sees a show. Every Rose Panther. I'm gonna write some fan fiction about that name, Rose Panther. It's the best name ever. And let it be known that Abby Stackowitz posted her phone number in the comments section on our show tonight. So give her a call. Because I'll be the first one to say it's really stupid to do.
Text and pictures.
612-296-6500. We're going to see you guys next week at the Monday Night Comedy Show. Thank you. Be safe.
Thank you.
Continue being awesome. Stay awesome. We love you.